Induji?
Yes. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu mam vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om. Welcome to Anubuthi Prakasha, the 6th session. In today's class, we will be continuing from where we stopped in the last class. In the last class, we concluded with the Kathopanishad mantras 10 and 11, where the Acharya, Yamadharmaraja, is telling us how the sense objects are superior to the sense organs. And from the sense organs, from the sense objects, we move to the mind, to the intellect, to the Mahat, and to the Atma. That is the whole process. The whole aim of Vedanta is to help us to shift from the objects of my experience, including my body, mind, which is Anatma, to the Atma. That means from Annamaya, Pranamaya, from the gross to the subtle, to the subtler, the subtlest, to coming to the Atma. Now, we also go from pancha kosha, and finally we reach Atma. Atma is of the nature of Sat, that means existence, Chit, which is nature of consciousness, and Ananta, Atma's limitless Sat and Chit. When we do the Panchakosha Viveka, or we do the Drikdrishya Viveka, or we do the Avastatraya Viveka, we are excluding everything else and then we come to ourselves. In that way, we have excluded Anatma and come to the Atma, which is within me. But there is one problem. There is a feeling of localization that the Atma is here and not there. There is a feeling of Parichinnatvam, a sense of limitation, whereas Atma is huge, but I am small. And finally, there is a feeling of Dvaita. That means there is not me and there is me. As long as there is Dvaita and there is sense of limitation, there is a problem. So, how do we see ourselves as limitless? There is where Vidyaranya's explanation, the Anubuthi Prakasha, which is unique, and that will be explained in today's classes, where he will train us to see Atma as Sat, as that which is all pervasive, and thereby to see yourself as Vishnu, as someone all pervasive. In order to do that, we have this mantra, which tells us how we have to make our intellect very, very subtle. And this process, various examples are given. And in the last class, we had the chariot example. The chariot example is a very beautiful example for many reasons. Our body is the chariot. We have to control our sense organs. We have to control our mind. The buddhi is very important, the driver, because the driver has to make a decision between shreyas and preyas and so on. But wherever there is an example, however good the example is, every example has a limitation. And the example is Jivatma has to travel to Paramatma. There is a gap between Jivatma and Paramatma in space and time. And Vidyaranya Swami in his Anubuthi helps us to see that a wise student will use the example for the example purpose only, and not go beyond the example, because if you go beyond the example, you will have problems in even the best of all the examples. Mantra number 13 is an important mantra where the Upanishad talks about how we have to resolve our speech into our mind into our intellect, and into the Atma. And this is possible through the process of yoga. Whenever we use the word yoga in Kathopanishad, we are talking primarily of meditation. And meditation is of two types. Before Brahma Vidya, which is Upasana, and after Brahma Vidya in the form of Nididhyasana. Now, whenever we meditate, there is a tendency to go into laya, or into a sleep form, or to vikshepa or rajasic, to be restless. That is where Vidyaranya Swami uses that Shurasya Dara example, that very famous example. Vidyaranya chooses not to speak about the first line. Uttishtaha Jagrata, he will not comment. But he speaks about Shurasya Dara in a very unique way, like a razor which can, while shaving, if it is not, if the barber is not very dexterous, he can damage the skin, or he may not cut adequately. And finally, this valli, the last two mantras will be condensed in one Anubuthi, where he speaks about the importance of the first chapter of Kathopanishad. To briefly explain, so that those who have studied Kathopanishad will be having a useful revision, I will request our Acharya Mahoday, Raja Reddy sir, to explain both the Kathopanishad mantras as well as Anubuthi Prakasha.
Dhanyavad.
The screen seen now?
Yes, sir. Now it's in.
All right, I'm sorry.
एष सर्वेषु भूतेषु गूढात्माना प्रकाशते दृश्यते त्वग्रया बुद्ध्या सूक्ष्मया सूक्ष्मदर्शिभिः. The Atma, which is hidden in the Hrudaya Guhayam, Eshaha, this Atma is Sarveshu Bhuteshu, in all living beings. Esha Atma, this Atma, Gudha, Gudham means hidden, it is. So, Sarveshu Bhuteshu Esha Atma is being hidden. Drushyate Ekagraya Buddhya Shukshmaya Shukshmadharshibhihi. Shukshmadharshibhihi itukte, the people who can see with the Sukshma Drishtiya, the subtle vision, with that they can see. Tadrusha Sukshmadharshibhihi, that type of Sukshmadharshi people only can see the Atma, can evident. You cannot say see, it is evident. The Atma. How means? Agraya Buddhya. Shukshmataya Anantram Agraya Buddhya. Shukshma, very small, and Agrataya, Ekagrataya means very sharp. Buddhi with the intellect. So with this Atma can be evident by these people, which is hidden in all the living beings. So this we have seen earlier in the pancha koshas. Now the Lord Yama is moving from pancha koshas to this pancha kosha topic to pancha kosha viveka or pancha kosha gnanam. We can say as pancha kosha gnanam. So through the pancha kosha gnana, one can recognize the Atma. So that's what he explained in the previous shloka. Sadrupaha purushastasya puran satwan anyasya puranat asti iti nikilam bhati purakaha purushaha mataha. Satrupaha purushaha. Purushaha, the self, is Satrupaha. Sat means existence. So the Purusha is in the form of existence, in the nature of existence. Ataha Purushaha Sadrupaha. Tasya Sattvam Anyasya Puranat Astiti Nikilam Bhati. So this Sattvam, this existence, is filled in all other objects, in everywhere. So therefore, everywhere the asti, the existence, is filled. Sat bhava is filled. Anyatra puranat. Nikhilam, the entire thing is asti iti bhati. So then everything is appears, it is asti, existed, like that. In the manifestation or existence, you can see through the satur, the nature of sat of the Purusha. So this, why we call as a Purusha is the sat means, because the first line also it says, Sattvam Anyasya Puranat, filling the sat, the existence everywhere. Purakaha Purushaha Mataha. So what is Purushaha? What is self? Itukte is Purakaha, the one who is fills everything. So it is fills everything. So therefore is the Purakaha. Ataha Atma is Purakaha, is the Saha only Purushaha. So the existence is filled in everything. Vastu Tattva Vicharo Ataha Purushosmin Samapyate Gantavya Tattva Simatvat Rathi Gachati Tam Kramat. Vastu Tattva Vicharaha. Vastu Tattvam, the manifestation or the objective thinking, all the objects, whenever the vichara, when it will come, when you are inquiring to the Atma Gnanam, at that time, the Vastu Sthiti, the things, the objects, dravyas, everything, it culminates into the Purusha. When it culminates into the Purusha, the all Vastu Sthiti will be ended there only. So, it is the Purna Sthiti. There it is ended. Asmin Purushe Samapyate. So, when you are inquiring one object, everything at the end, it enters into the Purusha. So, in the Purusha is the last thing where it resolves everything. So, the culmination will happen in the Purusha only. So, once when the person, the seeker, is learning and moving towards the Atma Gnana, so his goal is to attain the Purusha. So the Gantavyatva Simatvat, the Rathi, the one who is being in the Ratham, he is the Rathi. So that Rathi, the individual, the Jivatma, his goal, Gantavyam Sthanam, Sima, what is that means? The Atma Gnana Prapti. That Atma Gnana Prapti, he will go slowly. Rathi Gachati Tam Kramat, in order, one by one. When you are minusing the outer world and towards when you are seeing the Antarmukhatvam, then Antarmukhi Karanena. When you are Antarmukhi Karanam doing, at that time slowly you realize, you negate one thing, first the objects, then the mind, and slowly one by one like this. Then at the end, the Purusha reaches, the person, the Jivatma reaches to the Atma, which is his goal, that he reaches. Ratinaha vastavam rupam purnatvam. Tad abhodataha avacchinnatvam etaccha tad bodhena nivartate. So this is the Ratham. The Jivatma is Rathi. So this Rathinaha, what is the Vastava Rupam? The true nature of this Rathi, charioteers, what is that means? Purnatvam. It is complete. It is completely absolute Brahman. But because of the Ajnana, because of the Darshanam Bahihi, so he will see always outwards, is not inwards. When he is not seeing the inwards, the Antarmukhi Karanam is not happened. As long as the person is, because of the ignorance, is seeing, is searching outside the world. So long, because of that avabhodataha, because of that ignorance, is not understanding its, the Rathi is not understanding his own nature, the true nature of his. So therefore, Vastutaha is the Purnatvam is his nature, but because of the ignorance, he is not knowing that one. So at that time, Avacchinnatvat etacha tad bodhena nivartate. So because the Purnatvam, why he is not understanding this? Because of the Ajnana. So therefore, what he will see, everything is a limit. The Avacchinnatva. When the conditional state is there, as long as, so he will not understand, he will not evident the Atmagnanam. Once, when he gets the true knowledge, then tad bodhena, he will understand that I am not conditional state. I am the unconditional state. So once he understands that, then this I am the conditional state. I am the limited. This feeling will move out automatically. So to understand that, he requires the sadhana and gnana prapti. So to that gnana prapti, which all are the margas you have to follow, then the further shlokas we can see. Atma sarveshu bhuteshu, sarveshu deheshu bhrantya gudo na bhashate. Ekagraya shukshmayaitam pashet tachilyavan dhiya. The previous Kathopanishad sloka we have seen already. So, Atma sarveshu bhuteshu gudas tishtade. So, Ajnanataha na bodhate. So, Atma sarveshu deheshu gudaha. So, the Atma is there in all the bodies. It is hidden, gudaha. So, gudaha means it is not fully covered or something, because you cannot cover the Chaitanya. So, it is just covered like that. So, that is true, means because of our ignorance, we are seeing like it is covered. Actually, the Chaitanya, never it will be covered by anything. So, because of my ignorance, which is visible everywhere, which is evident everywhere, that I am not able to see. Which is prakashate everywhere, bhasate everywhere, that is I am not able to see because of bhranti, of my ignorance. So, what is that bhranti means? Deha Mano Bhranti, body-mind complex. Because of this, I am not understanding. So this body-mind complex, once if you clear this relationship, and when I am not this, you are understanding, that understanding will happen only ekagraya buddhya. Earlier we have seen in the Kathopanishad shloka, the same thing in Anubuthi Prakasha you can see, ekagraya. So whenever you are doing the ekagra sadhana, your mind will divert all the sides. So that ekagra sthiti, the samadhi sthiti you should get. So once the samadhi sthiti, when I am going to reach that time, sleep will one obstacle will come. Like that further another obstacles will come. So I will not get the position. So through the practice, the concentration when you improve, so through that and Sukshma observation, so the sharp vision, Sukshma Drishti is required. Through that, the Shilyavan, Tachilyavan Naraha. So that type of sadhana, sampatti, who has that type of person can evident the Atman through his dhiya. Which type of buddhi he should require? Means ekagraya buddhi and sukshmaya buddhi. With these two only, one can evident that. So to understand that, these two are main things which you require. Yachet vang manasi pragnaha tad yachet gnanam atmani gnanam atmani mahati niyachet tad yachet anta atmani. So the agnanam is there. Because of that agnana, I am not understanding properly. So the ekagriya buddhya, I have to subside these all things which I am not seeing properly. So for that, first the pragnaha, the discriminative one, the one who is the viveka gnana having, tadrushaha pragnaha kim kuryat itukte, first he should resolve vak pashata, vak manasi yachet. Vak itukte speech, and manaha the mind. So kim kuryat yachet, he should resolve it. So once he resolves the vak and manaha, then afterwards tad yachet gnanam atmani. Then afterwards, tat means the mind. The mind kim karoti? Atmanaha gnanam. Gnane atmani. So then totally again into the intellect. Gnane atmani mahati niyachet. Mahati atmani niyachet. So the intellect again into the mahat he should resolve. So one to another. So the gnani, viveka gnanam who has, that person, he should resolve his speech into the mind. Then afterwards, he should resolve the mind into the intellect. Then through the intellect, again, he should resolve that into the mahat. Once this happened, this mahat also, again, he should resolve into the atmani. What type of atma? The shanta atma, prashanta atma. So when he resolves like this, then what happens? The realization will happen. So that realization, how he will get? Through this way. So he should, the previous sloka, we know that how you should get it. Ekagraya buddhya, he told. Sukshma Drishtya, he told. So this is that sharp, that buddhi. Again, you have that Atma Gnana Prapti Nimittam, which sharp buddhi you are using. That speech first you should resolve into the mind, then the mind you should resolve into the intellect. Through the intellect again you should resolve into the Mahat. So then in the Mahat into the Samadhi Sthiti Shanti Atmani, you have to resolve it. So you will be evident the Atma through that. The realization will happen. This is the self-realization method which he is giving in the Kathopanishad. Dhiyastathatvam yogat syad yogo bhumi chatushkavan vagdhi kartru samashtinam nirodatu bhumayo abhavan. So, the previous sloka we have seen that the prajnaha, once slowly one by one, when he is resolving into the walk into manaha, then manaha into buddhi, like this. So he will get the realization we have seen. The same thing now again in the Anubuthi Prakasha, we are seeing. So to get that type of mind, the prajnaha is there. Prajnaha is who? The one who gets the proper knowledge of the Atman through the Shastra Vichara or Shastra Shravanam. So once a Shastra Shravanam happens, then only he will understand he will get the Gnanam. So from next step, what he is doing? So that walk, whatever knowledge he got, those all he is resolving into the mind. So he is, once he is resolved the mind, then afterwards he should move from there to the other vritti. From there, again, he is in the samadhi sthiti, he is getting the realization. So here also, dhiyaha tathatvam yogat syat. So you have to get that type of mind, means what you require? Yoga you require. So how you mind you have to train like that? Means through the yoga. So through the practice of the yoga, you can train your mind like that. So gradually. Evam yogaha, how many types? Yogo bhumi chatushkavan. So this will become, the yoga, it has the 4 stages. The 4 stages are, what are there? First, the walk, the sense organs, then the mind, then the buddhi, so the intellect, then afterwards, intellect, there are 2 types. Again, Vyashti and Samashti. So, Vyashti is individual intellect and Samashti means collective intellect. So, these 4 types of yoga bhumayaha are there. So, slowly, when the mind gets this type of practice, the 4 stages of yoga, then he will get the control on it. Then he can resolve it one after another one. In the previous sloka, how it says, at the end, in the Shante Atmani, he should resolve like that. So, to get the type of mind, first you require the yoga. These 4 types of yoga you require. Then you can slowly, one by one, you can withdraw. Yes. Vagadikam Bhakyam Aksham Nirundhan Sheshayet Manaha Mano Nirundhan Kartaram Sheshayet Vesti Rupinam. So, how I have to withdraw slowly one by one the Bhakya Jagat, the outer world? So, first, Vak Adikam. So, speech, walk, etc. Bahyam aksham nirundan. So, aham mama indriya dwara, whenever I am seeing the outward, like the speech, etc., what I am seeing, that nirundhan. So, you are controlling. By controlling this, manaha sheshayet, have to make that only the mind should work. So once all the indriyas works are stopped and only the mind is functioning, then afterwards you have to again control the mind. Mano nirundan kartaram sheshayet. So by controlling the mind, then you have to make only the jivatma, the kartaram, the experiencer. Kartaram only remains. That is the Vyashti Rupa. Then from Vyashti Rupa to again we go to the Samashti. So, Savikalpam etacha nirundan nirvikalpakam asmityetan matra rupam mahantam avasheshayet. So, now when I am controlling the sense organs, walk, etc., all, and then afterwards I am controlling the mind. Once the mind is controlled, then afterwards again I come to know the kartaram. Once after the kartaram, that also nirundan. So by that kartaram you will understand savikalpam etacha. This savikalpam, whenever I am understanding, then this also nirundan, then I will get the nirvikalpam. This Vyashti, the Vyashti individual characteristic, what is there, that if I control, then the Samashti Prapancha, the Samashti Nirvikalpam. So when this collective and this one determinative, means one individual character. So when these two is what kim avashakam, then afterwards asmityenan matra rupam. Asmi, I am there. So I am, that form you are going to get. This is the main character. So asmityetat matra rupam mahantam avasheshayet. So then what is remaining? The mahantam is remaining. So the samashti and vyashti. The asmi, whenever you say, then you are understanding that aham asmi, I am. So this asmi iti gnanam praptum atra, again he says, Amade, uttisthata jagrata prapyavanan nibodata kshurasya dhara nishita dhuratyaya durgham patasta kavayo vadanti. So uttisthata jagrata. Etad praptum idanim, he is making us to be alert. Right? So uttisthata, get up. And or arise. If you are sleeping state, you can arise. If you are ajnana sthiti, come to the jnana sthiti. Evam. Jagrata. So, jagrata, be awake. Prapya varan nibodata. So, once what you require, what the great people got, so that everything, nibodata. So, who got the Atma Gnanam? By seeing them, you will also know that Atman. Etad kaha vadati, kavayo vadanti. Kim vadanti itukte, the kavis are telling that this getting this Atma Gnanam, the Nibodhanam, that who got the Sreshtas, Prapya Varan, who all are there, those, this is easily they didn't get. It is very difficult to get. Tatpataha, that path. Which path? The Atma Gnana path. The self-knowledge path is Durgama. It is very difficult. So, Gamanam kartumeva na shakyate. Durgama. So, this Durgamam patham, Nishita Dhara. How it is? That means the path is Nishita Dhara. When you take the sharp blade or anything, so the edge, how it will be there, very sharp. Kshurasya, Kshurapatram nama, the blade. When the blades, you take the edge, the down part, it will be very sharp. How it will be very sharp, and on that anything moving or doing anything will happen, what will happen? It will cut. So it is difficult there. So how it is difficult to move there like that, the Atma Gnana Prapti Marga also, it is difficult and not that much easy. You have to get that type of knowledge, that type of skill, how I have to move. The same thing in Anubuthi Prakasha also, he explains that. So the Tamapyante Nirudhyata Shanta Atma Shishyate Swayam Kshuradhareva Vishamo Yoge Mandamate Ayam. The yoga 4 stages he told. Through that you have to train your mind. Then afterwards you have to get the Atma Gnanam. So that same thing he comes there here. Tam api antaha nirundhyan. So at the end, the samashti, whatever it, the samashti pratikam, what is there, the collective intellect, so samashti buddhi, that what you have to do, that also nirundhan. You have to again subside that also. By doing this, then what remains? Itukte, the samashti afterwards, it remains only the Swayam Prakashakam Swayam. Shishyate Swayam. The self itself, it remains at the end. Then, Shanta Atma. What type of Atma? Shanta Atma Swayam Shishyate. This is Swayam, how it is there, means very Prashanta Atma, the tranquil mind, that only remains at the end. Evam Kshuradhareva Vishamo Yogo Mandamate Rayam. This path, the Atma Gnana path, the yoga, the 4 stages is not that much easy. Like the previous sloka which we have seen, the same example here also, Kshuradhareva is taken from the Kathopanishad direct. So, Kshuradhara iva, how the edge of the blade, it will be very sharp, and that how its movement is very difficult. Like that, Atma Gnana Prapti also. The yoga, the Chatushtayam, is practicing 4 stages of that yoga practicing also, it is very difficult. So, Kshuradhareva Vishamo Yogo, for whom it is very difficult. Itukte Mandhamate Krite, it will be very difficult. It will be like on the sharp edge, how its movement is very difficult. Like that, for the Mandamati, it will be very difficult. Then whom it is easy? Itukte, the one who is there, Pragnaha. So, the Pragnaha and Kramashaha, the order he told, what all you have to subside and come the front. So like this, all when you are Nirundhya, you come to the stage at the end, all the 4 stages of yoga you finish, then you will get. For that person, it will be very easy. The other person who is the Mandamati, for him it will be the edge of the blade. Like that it will be there. Kshuro atilagno dehagno na lagnaschedvapetanu samahitam manopyevam nidram kuryat bahirvrajet. So, ekagraya buddhya. So, we have seen earlier that ekagraya buddhi, whenever you have to get means that getting time, what all are the difficulties are there. Now we can see in this sloka. Kshuro atilagno dehagnaha na lagnached vapetan. Then when the blade, whenever you are using, so how to use the technique properly, you should know. If you don't have the skill, what will happen? The sharpness of that object will cut your body. Or what purpose you are using, that may not be fulfilled properly, or it may not cut what you would like to clean it properly, because if you don't know the other skill. If I brush atilagnaha, more it, whenever it contact will come, then it will cut the body. When I don't use, lightly I use, then it may not cut the what I would like to clean. So the both it will happen. Like that, our manaha api, whenever you are going to get the samadhi sthiti, in the samadhi sthiti, one may get the deep sleep again. Right? So that nidram bahirvrajet. Ataha samahitam manah api evam nidram kuryat. Once the samahita buddhi also, samahita manah also, what will happen? Immediately it will goes to the deep sleep. So when it is not controlled, you will go to the deep sleep. So that you have to control. So this external process, whenever you control all these things, then you will get the ekagra taya, sukshma drishti. Through that you can evident the Atma that we have seen in the previous sloka. Kaushalam yoginopeksham napi tasyethakshure nivaryalaya vikshepau samadadhyat paramatmani. So, kshurikaha napitaha. Napitaha is the barber. The one who is using the blade to shape. Eshaha, he has some techniques, kaushalam, skill. If the kaushalam he doesn't have, yatha napitasya shuraha kaushalam shura upayoge, when how he uses his skill helps him how to use this blade. Right? The same way, yoginaha api apekshyam. So, whenever you are doing the 4 types of practice of the yoga, for that yoga person also, for him also, this apeksham, this type of skill is very important. So, to control your mind. So, when you are not controlling your mind, so she is saying then, see that, Nivarya laya vikshepau samadadhyat paramatmani. When you are doing these practices, the mind should be controlled. So how you have to control? Nivarya. By controlling, by stopping what? By avoiding the laya and vikshepa. So the distraction you have to, and the sleep, deep sleep, these things you have to avoid. And you should concentrate on the Paramatmani. Your Samadhi Sthiti should concentrate on Paramatmani. So when you do this one, then you are having the Napitasya skill. If you are not having Napitas like that skill, the barber how he has the skill like that skill, if you don't have the practice how to control these things, then you cannot do. It is will be Durgamam to get the Atma Gnana. Right. Atma Swarupam we are going to see in this Parabrahman 2. Ashabdamasparshamarupamayayam tatharasam nityamagandhavachayat anadyanantam mahatah param dhruvam nichayatan mrutyumukat pramuchyate. So this Brahman, how is the Brahman? What is its nature? So now we are going to see that. The Brahman is Ashabdha, is the soundless. Na Shabdaha vidyate ataha Ashabdaha. Asparsham, Sparsha Rahitaha, touchless. Arupam, so he doesn't have any the form. Avyayam, right? Arupam, Avyayam, Shashvataha, and Tatha Arasam. Tatha Arasam, tasteless. Rasam Nama Aruchihi. Arasam means no taste. So Aruchihi, tasteless. Nityam Agandhavachayat. Nityaha, Arasaha, and Nityaha, always present. Right? Anantram Agandhavacha. So tasya gandha nasti, smellless. Yat Anadi Anantam, no Adi, no beginning, no Antam, no end. So beginningless and endless. And Mahataha Param. So he is the beyond the Mahat. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. We know that. So he is the other more beyond the Mahat. Evam Mahataha Param. And Dhruvam is the changeless. It will be always in the same way. Sarvadapi Dhruvam Tishtati. Evam Nichaya, properly understanding or examining and knowing this clearly, Tat Mrutyumukat Pramachyate. Who is Pramuchyate from Mrutyumukat? The one who has the Ekagraya Buddhi and the Sushma Drishtya Drakshtum Shaknoti, and the one has the Atma Gnanam, true knowledge, that person, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, etc., who got that person, the one who is controlled all the Bahir words, outward, outer word things, and seeing inward, and he realizes slowly this type of Atma Swarupam, and he will be free from the jaws of the death, and he will be totally free, and mrityu mukhat pramuchyate. So from the clutches of the jaws of the death, he will be freed. शब्दस्पर्शादिहीनात्मा सौक्ष्म्यात् सूक्ष्ममधिपेक्षते कवायवग्नि जलोर्भेनां स्थौल्यं शब्दं शब्दादिमत्वतः. So the Sukshma Jivatma or the self, when it is Shabda Sparsha Adi Hina Atma, the self, how it should be means, it is free from the Shabda and Sparsha, etc. So we have seen earlier slokas how you have to control walk, etc. So there, the outer world, everything, whatever we are seeing, Akasham. When Akasham, we say the sound, it will be there. Right? Like that. So all the Shabda, Sparsha, Adi, Hina Atma, Saukshmyat. So because it is very Sukshmam, therefore it is free from all the sound, touch, etc. So Ataha, Sukshmyam Adiyekshate. Who will understand this Sukshmam ityukte? How he will understand? Where this sound, etc., how you will see? Means, Kham, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Right? This all. So when the stula rupam of the self you can see in the air, you can see in the water and the earth. So this all the shabda rupam staulyam you can see. So this staulyam, how it is happened? This position means because of the shabda vitvataha, shabda etc. Through the sound etc. This is the stulam, gross form you can see. So this actually, it is appearing the stula bhava, but actually it is shukshma. It is very shukshma bhava. This Sukshma Bhava, when you are slowly controlling the mind and observing inwards, then slowly you can realize one. How you have to see that we have seen in the previous 2-3 slokas. How you have to control Nirundan, one by one controlling the mind, etc. How you are seeing the same way you can see here also. शब्दस्पर्शौ रूपरसौ गंधो भूतगुणा इमे एकदवि चतुः पंचगुणाः व्योमादयः क्रमात्. So this shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa and gandha, these all are the whose qualities means bhutaganana qualities. These all are the bhutaganas. Ime bhutaganaha. These elements, these all are the elements qualities. The shabda sound and the sparsha touch and the rupa color and the rasaha taste and the gandha smell. So these all the qualities of bhutas, elements. One time what will happen? In shabda, it can be 2-3 also places it will be there. So twice, thrice, 4 times also you can see. In one only 2-3 qualities you can see. Right? In the Akasha you can see one is what? Vayuhu you can see. And as well as you can see the sound. When you take the sky, you can see the sound also and as well as Vayu also. So like this, sometimes more Agni what will be there? Touch also will be there. Agni, when you touch, it burns, right? Then afterwards Rupa is there, burning Guna is there, right? So these all you experience 1, 2, 3 you can experience. When the burning time, it will come pat sound, that sound also will be there. So 2, 3 qualities also in one can be evident sometimes. So, eka, dvi, tri, chatuhu, pancha gunaha, vyomadayah kramat. Vyoma, etc. The sky, etc. All the 5 elements, what all are there? Those all places you can see these all qualities. Shabda, rasa, rupa, gandha, these all you can see. If the burning, something is waste material or something, you can see the smell. You can get the smell also. Like that, so many qualities in one object also you can find. Evam गुणादिक्ये स्थौल्य वृद्धि सौक्ष्म्य वृद्धि गुणक्षयात् निर्गुणम अतिसूक्ष्मत्वात् अतिसूक्ष्मम अधिक्षते. So whenever it is the guna adikye, when the qualities are increasing, gunanam adikyam, when it is happening, staulya vruddhi, you will get the mahat form. It increases according to the qualities, this also will increase. Evam saukshmyat, when it is a decrease, right? When it is a decrease, then saukshmyat vruddhi, saukshmya vruddhi gunakshayat. The sukshma form will increase when the qualities are decreasing. When the qualities are decreasing, then the sukshma form is increasing. Right? Gunadikye staulya vruddhi. When the gunas are increasing, the stula form, the gross form will increase. So like that, both will happen. Nirgunam cha ati sukshmatvat. Nirgunam ati sukshmatvat ati sukshma adhiyekshate. So, nirgunatvam. Those there will be no quality like that. So this nirgunatva bhavam ati sukshmatvat, when your mind is ati sukshma drishtya, when you observe, then ati sukshmam adhiyekshate. So that time only, when you are pointing out the sukshma sthiti, whenever you are observing, that time only you can comprehend the ati sukshma sthiti. Otherwise, you cannot get it. You will see only the sthula jagat, not the sukshma jagat. The sukshma is a sukshma form, the atma gnana, you cannot get. You will see the outer world only. So it will become mahat. नाचिकेतम् उपाख्यानम् मृत्युपो प्रोक्तं सनातनम् उक्त्वा श्रुत्वा च मेधावी ब्रह्मलोके महीयते. Nachiketam Upakhyanam. So, this Nachiketa and Yama's Samvada, this Upakhyanam, this Atma Gnana Sambandha teachings, Mrityu Proktam, which is said by the Lord Yama, Sanatanam. So, it is very ancient. So, that type of Shashvatam, so eternal, that type of teaching, which is given by the Lord Yama to the Nachiketa. This Upakhyanam Uktva by telling and Sritva by listening. So, Medhavi Brahmaloke Mahiyate. Who is Medhavi? Itukte, the Viveka Gnanavan is the Medhavi. This Viveka Gnanavan, he will be glorified. Where? In the Brahmaloke. So, Brahmaloke api saha mahiyate. So, it is the Palasruti of the Kathopanishad. So, by listening, what is the benefit you are going to get? That is explained here. Ya imam paramam guhyam sravayet brahma samsadi prayataha sraddhakaleva tada tadanantyaya kalpate tadantyaya kalpata iti. Ya imam paramam guhyam sravayet brahma samsadi. So, etadrusham, this very sukshmam, paramam, and very important, and guhyam, it is very secret, right? This type of supreme secret, when you are telling in the where Brahma Samsadi. Brahma Samsadi itukte, here Brahmanam, the one who has the Brahma Gnana, in their group, whenever in their assembly, you are making this Kathopanishad to listen them, and you are explaining there at that time. So, Sravaye, this you should announce there and you should teach there. And Prayataha Sraddha Kaleva. Sraddha Kale, when the Sraddha, etc., whenever you are doing, and that time also, Sraddha Kale also, when you chant this Kathopanishad, at that time also, Antyaya Kalpate. So, at that time, he will get the Antya. Antyaya Kalpate. So, this Uttamam Tadantyaya Kalpata iti. So, what the benefit the Antyaha person should get, that Antyam, the Kirti, the fame, what he should get, the position, he will get there. Vidya Yogau Yamenoktau Vairagyam Nachiketasam Swata Eva Stu Upakyanam Nachiketamidam Shubham. Vidya Yogau Yamena Uktau. Vidya and Yoga, which are told, are described or taught by the Yamena, through the by the Yama. Vairagyam Nachiketasa. So, Yama is taught, the teacher, the knowledge he has given, and this knowledge is taken by the Nachiketas. The Nachiketas followed the detachment. So, Vairagyam Nachiketasa, by the Nachiketa. That's why Tritiya Vibhakti is given, Nachiketasa, Vairagyam, Swataha, himself when he followed. Right. Eva astu upakyanam Nachiketam idam shubham. So this type of this upakyanam, these teachings, Nachiketas Sambaddham, Shubham, auspicious thing, Pavitram, holy, this upakyanam, Nachiketa upakyanam. Like that it will be called. Dhanyavada.
Shanti Pata, Om Purnamada chant Manna. Dhanyavada Mahoday. We'll conclude by chanting Om Purnamada.
Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namo Namaha.